Alright everybody, are we ready for this? We are in week five of our decluttering of the house. And this week we're still in the kitchen. In fact, we're going to be in the kitchen most of February. But we've got most of the kitchen itself organized. We still have a few things to do. This week we're going to clean the tops of any cabinets. Now my cabinets are enclosed, the tops are enclosed, so I don't have any space above the cabinets. But before we enclosed them, we did have space. So we need to clean up there. And in our apartments, we have spaces above the cabinets. And I'll tell you, they get really messy. They get greasy, they get dusty, and they're not usually cleaned that often. So my advice to anybody that has open space above their cabinets is either enclose it or use the space. And if you use the space, it's more likely that you're not going to have a buildup of grease and stuff because you're going to keep cleaning it. I would recommend putting down shelf paper or even wax paper or anything to cover the tops so that it's easier to clean them. You can just replace the paper. A lot easier than having to degrease the whole area up there. So clean the top of your cabinets, put down some paper, shelf liner or whatever, and then use that space. Over here above my mud cabinet, I do use that space. I keep my cookie jars up there, and my favorite childhood horses that I used to collect, some of those are up there. But I clean that area a couple times a year, and it's away from the stove, so it's pretty, but do clean that area on top of your cabinets. The next thing we're going to tackle is any kitchen drawer that has not been cleaned in the process of the last 4 weeks. If you have any of those kitchen drawers left that need to be cleaned, clean them. But our main thing that I'm going to tackle this week is my cookbooks. I collect cookbooks. Every time we go anywhere, I pick up a cookbook from that area. So I have lots of cookbooks. And I also subscribe to a cookbook magazine at one time, and I have all those built up. So one of the things to do is declutter cookbooks. Now, the way I did it was I just stopped the subscriptions to all the magazines of cooking magazines. This is my collection of cookbooks and stuff. That whole bookshelf, plus those up there and that one down there. And then I have these. Now this is my own personal cookbook that I made, and I did it about maybe 12 years ago or so when my oldest son got married. His mother-in-law was a great cook, his wife not so much. And so I went and I put this all together. It basically gave week by week easy menus, ones that he liked to eat. And I did a whole week's worth of menus. And I did the shopping list for that week. And then the recipes. So I did this, like I said, a long time ago. And this is what I use almost every day. This is my main to-go cookbook. And if I don't like what's on there, or I'll change it. Now, another way to organize recipes is with a little recipe box. Now I have our favorite ones. I have to, if I'm in a hurry and I don't want to go through the big book, I'll just pull out one of these and go with that. But like everybody else, I have gone more digital. So I have cookbooks on my electronic book. I have cookbooks on that. And I also do a lot of downloading of
recipes from the internet. And that's what this whole book is. This is recipes that I've downloaded that we really like. And whenever I don't like what's in this one, yeah, I had that, you know, I mean, I never repeat anything on this book. This is completely year-round, a different thing every day. But sometimes you want to just go back and try something new. So if it's a chicken recipe on here or a pork chop recipe in here, maybe I don't have all the ingredients because I didn't go to the store and I want to eat out of the pantry. And I'll go back and I'll check this and see if it has the things I need. And if it is, I'll use one of these. Or if I just feel like going with a new different recipe, I go with that. But I went through that big pile that I had earlier and got rid of all the duplicates, all the things that we didn't need, recipes that we tried but we did not like, because I put little stars on ones that we like and I write super good. And if I know we tried the recipe and I know it wasn't very good, it goes into this pile to be discarded. And on the computer, I have all the ones that are here. I also have on the computer, so I can always bring them up. They're on the computer. It's I don't know if you can see this, but it says snacks, fruit, chicken. So I can just, if I have the ingredients, I can just look up here and see what I want. Same thing with the computer. I can look it up and I can just hit what I want, and those recipes will come up. So that's what I've been doing this week. Got the recipe books all organized. It looks much better than having a big old pile of paper here. And the other thing I went and did was, our boys are older and we no longer have to carry thermos jugs and water bottles to work because we're both retired. And the boys no longer have sports and they're not having to carry water bottles with them or thermos with them. So I cleaned out most of the water bottles and the thermos jugs that we did not need. And I got rid of almost all of them. We do keep a few of them around just in case. I like to have a thermos out on colder days out when I'm working in the greenhouse. Or if I'm working down in the basement and don't want to come up the stairs, I'll sometimes take thermos down there. But we don't need as many as we did before. There was 5 of us at the house at one time, all having different water bottles and thermos jugs and coolers and stuff. And there's 4 of us living here now, but we don't. 2 of us are retired, so we don't really need those. And the other one works from home, so he doesn't need one. And the other one, he works at a restaurant, so he doesn't need anything. They've got plenty of drinks there. So I trimmed down the water and thermos bottles quite a bit this week. And that has been what we've been cleaning this week. And feeling really good about it. We're getting there. We've got this whole mess here that was on the counter. I got it now down to the two books, and this is the notebook on cookies, which I have out because the boys like cookies. But these are my main ones that we worked with. And this one, I divided it, color-coded it with the orange. So I got meats, I got veggies, I got desserts, freezing stuff, and air fry. So it's divided into different categories also. So it makes it easier to go through. So, week's 5 assignment. Clean the top of your cabinets. Clean out any kitchen drawers that you had not gotten around to yet. And declutter any old cookbooks that you don't use. And also to organize the recipes that you've got either in a book or on the computer or on a recipe file. Just to get rid of the clutter. And these are going in the trash. So, like, share, subscribe. Happy cleaning. And dream big, follow that dream. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.